Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and welcome back to another video. Now, this video is quite different because it's a collaboration, and I'm joined by... Who are you? Would you like to explain who you are?
I am Chat Blanc, ex-Prince of Justice, and thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so she is joining me today for a theory video, which, as you guys know, I don't do too much of. Well, it's not even a theory video. It's more of an open discussion over a topic that I've sort of mentioned, but haven't really gone in depth in for a particular video. So we're just here to like sort of break the ice and be like, what do we think is going to happen? And that is, do we think Chloe is going to be getting the Queen Bee or the Bee Miraculous again in season 4, or just the future in general? So we're going to be breaking down that topic, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
So, initial thoughts. What do you think when you hear Chloe getting the Bee Miraculous, or really any Miraculous again in general?
Honestly, I think if we think in the logical side, yeah, I think she's gonna have it just because she's like in the posters of season 4, and I just don't imagine anyone else having the Bee Miraculous. So I don't know.
That's the biggest point where I'm like, she's definitely gonna get it again. It's like, why would they do so much promotion? Like, I was looking on the Zag store, they've got tons of stuff. They've got like they've got a Queen Bee pen where it like sings when you write. I don't know if it's Queen Bee's voice, it could just be the Miraculous theme song, but they've got like the Queen Bee Miraculous, they've got like just a Miraculous goodie bag. I would assume in the loot crate that they're doing, they're sending Queen Bee stuff. So why would they do so much marketing, and why would all the posters feature all these characters? And this sort of goes to season 4. Season 3 finale, everyone was revealed, like Hawkmoth and Chloe, who most of the heroes are. So it's like, well, are they switching up everything, or is it just, is it just Chloe who's not getting the Bee Miraculous? So I think it goes deeper than, is Chloe getting it again, or is everyone just done? Like are they getting a new refresh? Because like you could apply the same merch and poster ideas to them as well, because it's like they've done so much marketing with these characters, and I think it would just make fans upset if they were just suddenly not heroes anymore. It just, I don't know.
I was like thinking about this, because when someone gets atomatized or someone get something attached to the person, like they get attacked by the person who's atomatized, when everything is resolved, they're like, oh, what am I doing here? So either they forgot and they can use the Miraculous again. I don't really know. I've been thinking about it, but like then why wouldn't Hawkmoth, knowing Hawkmoth, and he already knows who are the Miraculous like holders, why didn't he take advantage of that? Like I don't really know. So, but I think Chloe could get it just because the marketing, and they've been in posters and a lot of stuff. And I just don't imagine anyone else other than Chloe to have the Queen Bee Miraculous.
Yeah, I don't know if you like keep up with the spoilers or anything. I think you do. But recently, Linda Lee Rose posted a new image of Ladybug and Queen Bee, at least the fusion between the Bee and the Ladybug Miraculous. So we saw that, and that is probably going to be happening in season 4. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we knew that Chloe wasn't going to be getting the Miraculous full time, so I mean, that's sort of just a given. But it is sort of cool, since we're on the topic of Queen Bee and the Bee Miraculous. Thought I'd throw that out there. But the thing that sort of points against maybe Chloe getting the Bee Miraculous again is on Twitter. I don't know if you keep up with Thomas's Twitter, but he is very vocal about Queen Bee, and and a lot of people, believe it or not, there's a lot of fans that really love Queen Bee, and they're like, she's going to be the best hero, and she's going to make this huge redemption arc and whatnot, right? So they, I don't want to say attack or like harass Thomas, but sometimes they go over the top, and Thomas is very easy to make upset, maybe is a good way to put it. But he will block anyone that he's like, all right, I'm not vibing with you, you're blocked. So I was going through his Twitter, and he has done a lot of explaining about Queen Bee. And from my understanding of what he made Chloe to be, is he made Chloe to be an example character for kids not to be like. So when he was making Chloe, he didn't intend for her to have a redemption arc. Like, I don't know if you saw Avatar, but like Zuko, for example.
I love Avatar.
Yeah, he made a redemption arc, right? But that was sort of the point of his character, is like he was the antagonist at the beginning, but then he transitioned into a protagonist.
Exactly.
And there was actually an example of that where Thomas was replying to a tweet that was sort of comparing Chloe to Zuko. But he was like, you don't understand Chloe at all. Chloe was made to be a character that did not, like, she was supposed to have the redemption arc, but that was, the redemption arc that we saw in season 3 was strictly for Ladybug and the fans to see this and then get our hopes up and then bring them back down, because Chloe was never meant to be redeemed. Chloe was just meant to be this character that was just like the brat, and that you would not want to be like Chloe. Mm-hmm. And Thomas can be kind of brutal sometimes. On Twitter, when people were not like they were just like, why is Chloe like they were just being a little bit aggressive, and so Thomas was comparing the people who were being aggressive towards him about like, you need to make Chloe better, and why isn't Chloe a protagonist yet, right? He was like, you're the one who's like Chloe, because you're just like, you're harassing me into making the show something that I don't want to make it. So I thought that was quite funny. So it gets me really conflicted, because Thomas is over here saying it's not about, like a redemption arc. It's about Chloe, who she's meant to be in the show. Mm-hmm. But then over here you've got, well, you spent so much time developing, merchandise and posters and all this stuff, and it's like, I don't know. Another thing to add is Thomas is known to sort of fib a lot on Twitter. He makes a lot of jokes about like, oh yes, Cat Noir is going to die in season 3. I don't know have you seen that? Yeah. So he went on a big joking spree at some point. But also he said in season 3 we would not, or not necessarily season 3, but we would not see Felix again from the original idea or concept for Miraculous, Felix. He said we are not going to see Felix. Obviously we saw some sort of Felix. So he is able to lie. He is willing to lie, I should say, to deceive the fans and to sort of give them a false sense of hope. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know, because there's like a lot of evidence. So like,
he's sarcastic. Like he says something.
He's very sarcastic.
If we think it literally, we probably think it literally, and it could happen. But he says it in a different way. Like he said, the reveal is going to happen, and he actually meant Cat Blanc or Oblivio. So he just like jokes around. So we need to always like try to think outside the box and think, what is he thinking? But honestly, I really was hoping that Chloe would have a redemption arc, because I don't know. I really hope that she was like Zuko in some way, because I really liked how Zuko turned out to be, nice and in some way restore his honor. But I wish Chloe could do that too. But another thing that I thought is that now she's in the same level as Lila. They both hate Marinette and Ladybug, and they're both allies are Hawkmoth. So either in season 4 she pairs up with Lila, and that would be chaos, because Thomas actually did say Cat Blanc is gonna be like every single episode in season 4 will be like Cat Blanc. So I don't know. That could be totally chaos.
Yeah. Okay, another thing that Thomas made very clear on his Twitter is that Chloe does everything for herself, mm-hmm. and she is very self-centered and stuff like that. So as far as her teaming up with Lila, I could see it on one hand, but then also at the same time, she has a lot of beef with Lila in general, mm-hmm. just because like, there's that whole Adrian thing. Like Adrian, like Lila wants Adrian, Chloe wants Adrian, and it's like that, there's that rivalry there. So in the end, Chloe just she's very selfish, and she wants to make her seem like the best, like the top form of humanity, and so she will do anything to achieve that. And so if that means becoming a hero again, I would not be surprised if she would become a hero just for that fame and just being like, look at me from atop of here. I'm the epitome of human creation. So I don't know. It's just a highly debated topic on if Chloe will get the Queen Bee Miraculous again, or the Bee Miraculous. I don't know why I say Queen Bee Miraculous. For all you viewers at home, let us know down in the comments what you think, because seriously, like, I'm sure there's other points too. Like you could specifically point to points in particular episodes being like, well, there's this line that she says, sort of implying this. But I think really the big one to keep in mind is Miracle Queen, the season 3 finale, because that's going to change everything. Like, that changes everything. Season 4 is going to be, at least you would assume it's going to be a lot different from the previous seasons.
But I was like surprised in the New York special. Chloe didn't seem different at all. Like, she just continued to be herself. And I was expecting her to be like, I don't know, rude or more, even worse. But
that's a good point.
Yeah, I was surprised that she was like normal.
Right. And we do know that the specials take place after season 3, so I don't know if that was sort of just like like, we're just gonna ignore that, and like Chloe will be back to normal in the first episode of season 4, and the specials are just gonna be a little different because we got to make the specials good, and we didn't really want to focus on Chloe. We had a lot more things to focus on, which I think is a big part of it.
I think we're gonna see her true self in season 4, like, actually.
Right. Yes.
That would be interesting.
Because there will be a lot more time to focus on her.
But yeah.
So I don't know are you still thinking, like, just based off of the promotion and how much they've built up this 5-pillar hero team?
Yeah, I think
are you still thinking?
Because when you said that there's not going to be a redemption arc for her, I was like disappointed because I really wanted her, I don't know, to change, and I really, really want a friendship with her and Marinette. I wish if she changed, but I don't know. If there's not going to be a redemption arc and you say like she wants only attention, I think I can see her as Queen Bee just for attention, and plus because of the marketing that Thomas Ashwick and his team are doing.
Yeah, I don't, because again, Thomas is known to sort of like joke around on Twitter and be like saying things that he doesn't actually mean, or not necessarily that, but saying things that is just meant to misguide the fandom. So trusting Thomas's comments on things can be a gamble sometimes. So it just I think it depends on the amount, which there's quite a lot talking about Chloe. So I think he is genuine when he says that Chloe is meant to be the character that when kids see Chloe, because he talked about polling, and in the polls kids were able to identify Chloe as like an antagonist and someone that they did not want to be like, right? So that was, I think, the main goal for him when creating Chloe, was to be like, this is a character that you don't want to be like. And one thing that he said was that the point of Miraculous is to show, like, well, not like the main point, but one of the points is like, well, you have these characters, they do something wrong, like specifically more with the akumatized villains, right? Like, they become akumatized, they maybe overreact, and then they're able to be manipulated by Hawkmoth, and so they go out, wreak havoc, and do all that. But he says that the point of that is to show, like, sure, you messed up, but you can come back from that, right? But Chloe, he was like, that's a character that shows that, some people can come back, right? Most people do, I think. Lila was an example of someone who did not. But Chloe was also an example of someone who is not able to get over things like that, and she will always stay relatively mean, things like that. But
exactly, because she's been like that since the beginning.
Right, yeah, we haven't really seen a different kind of Chloe. And I think there is some sort of like past trauma with her parents, maybe like, breaking up, and then like that may have been what caused that. We don't know for sure because we haven't really gone into her backstory too much, but there's some theories out there as to why she is the way she is. So I don't know, like now that her parents are back together, like that happened at the end of season 3, there could be maybe some healing there. I don't know. I think it would be nice to see Chloe have a redemption arc. I think
I would really love to see that, because especially in season 4, Marinette's gonna be like really pressured and sometimes alone. And so as like Chloe, because everybody's going to see her as even worse because of what happened in Miracle Queen. And I thought like maybe they could have like a scene together, like trying to get close and maybe like become friends in the future. But I don't know. Hopefully,
yeah, I think that'd be nice.
I would really love to see that, but hopefully Thomas Asterisk was just joking.
Yeah. It's a gamble with him.
Exactly.
So, did you have any other things to add with this?
No, I think that's all. Honestly, I just really hope that she has a redemption arc. And we can hope for the best. If anyone, let me know in the comments if you want a redemption arc for Chloe.
Yeah, because I think that's a... Like, some people are like, we love Chloe and we want her to have a redemption arc. Some people are like, nah, Chloe is mean. Like, she just... The Marinette all the way, right? Because a lot of it's like, people who love Chloe hate Marinette. And they're like, Marinette's such a bad character. And then people who like Marinette are like, Chloe, no. Go away, Chloe. We don't like you. So it's very much a two-sided coin. Or I don't know if that's a coin, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not two sides, but just a coin that is one side's Marinette, one side's Chloe, and that's the way it goes. So yeah. I don't know. The reason why this has been on my mind so much is simply because of the merch. Like, it drives me insane.
Exactly. Like, they can't just come out of nowhere saying like, oh, this is gonna be the new Queen Bee. Like, have you seen pictures saying that this is gonna be the new Queen Bee? Like someone else replacing her? I don't really think that's confirmed though.
Well, we did see a sort of sneak peek of someone who maybe looked like Chloe a little bit. This was actually released quite some time ago. And it was more of an accidental release. I think it was actually Linda Lee Rose again who was interviewing Zag, and then in the background there was an image of Queen Bee, which I guess is another good point to bring up. I completely forgot about this. There were some images on monitors in the background of like an interview that showed a Queen Bee looking person. And a lot of it, at least the more recent one, it actually sort of looked like Chloe a little bit. So it's like, well, I don't know. Chloe could be getting it again.
I hope so though. If not, I don't really know, but I really hope I can see her again as Chloe, just because there's a lot of promotion of her. I just don't imagine anyone else being Chloe other than her.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, it's hard to imagine the character like Rena Rouge, for example. It's hard to imagine someone else getting the Fox Miraculous, and it's hard to imagine Carapace being switched out too. Like all these characters. It's like, why? Like they were perfect fits for their Kwamis.
Exactly.
So why would they be swapped out with someone else aside from the reveal happening? So then there was another thing. I think it was an interview with Gloob over the summer or recently, where they were like, they had a Q&A session and someone asked, does the like Lucky Charm or the Miraculous Ladybug thing at the end, does that remove the memories? And Gloob basically said, maybe. That's basically what it came down to. Is they said maybe it does. Maybe that's what it does. And so we honestly don't know if at the end when she did the Lucky Charm, if everyone just lost their memory and Hawkmoth doesn't actually know who they are. I think that would be with how they set it up, I think that would be a somewhat cheap way to fix things. I could definitely see it being how they fix things. And honestly, if that's the only way they can fix things, I'd say go for it, because I'd rather see like, the current Carapace and the current Rena Rouge. But I hope they come up with a more unique way to fix that issue.
Yeah, I think so too, because a lot of people, when they get akumatized, they're like, oh, what am I doing here? Or like something like that. Honestly, I think that's a possibility. That's why they act so normal when they're around each other, because I feel like Marinette would have that conversation with Alia saying, hey, you're actually what's her name? Alia's superhero. Rena Rouge. Are like, are you like, you're Rena Rouge? Why didn't you tell me? Like, I feel like their memories are erased, honestly. Yeah,
supposedly Marinette would be, because you have to remember, everyone was swarmed by hornets, and so they were like frozen. And so we don't actually know if anything that happened was was recorded or anything like that. So that could actually be how they solve it. Is they say like, well, no one else aside from Chloe and aside from Hawkmoth and Mayura know the heroes' identities. So maybe that's how they would like pass it, and then they just be like, all right, you know what, Hawkmoth knows, but we're just gonna ignore him for now.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll see.
It's a lot. It's really like Miraculous Ladybug. There's a lot to think of because they just like leave loopholes or something like that, and we just have to figure it out eventually. But I'm really hopeful that season 4 comes out earlier. I really hope. I cannot wait until September. It's just too long.
Yeah. They're working on it. But in the meantime, we've got the Shanghai special to look forward to in April.
Exactly. I'm excited for that one. There's a lot to like, especially because she's gonna go and see new Miraculous and the Guardians and all that stuff. I'm just like really excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm more excited for the Shanghai special than I was for the New York special. So I think that's gonna be really cool.
Exactly. And I hope for that.
That's all I had for the Queen Bee side of things. If you don't have anything else to add, I think we touched on the merchandise, the tweets, and then also the leaked images of Queen Bee. So with all these points in mind, let me know down in the comments what you think the final verdict is. Is Queen Bee going to be making a reappearance either in season 4 or in the future as like a future holder? Because, you know, they could pull a Bunnix and just bring her from the future and then just like, that's the new Queen Bee. And so, there's a lot of different things that they could do. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks again for joining me. It was a pleasure, making these videos with you.
Thank you so
and go check out her channel. Her link will be down in the description below. We also did a collaboration reading your guys' theories and commenting on them.
Go and check it out because that video is very epic. Go and check out in the description down below.
Yep. All right. Well, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Besides, you're lame, and Paris is lame. I'm going to New York with Mommy, and I'll be the one and only Queen Bee there, and I'll save the world all by myself.